I told my son to man up and stop making excuses. I didn't realize I was shouting at a drowning man until I found his bed empty, and the silence in his room became permanent. My son, Leo, was 23. To the outside world, and to me at the time, he looked like a failure. I'm a simple man. I grew up believing hard work solved everything. I bought my first house at 24, working at a manufacturing plant. I drove an old truck, fixed it myself, and never complained. Back then, if you worked hard, life worked out. That was the math I understood. So when I looked at Leo, I didn't see struggle. I saw laziness. He had a college degree collecting dust. He delivered food for a gig app, slept until noon, lived in my basement, and wore the same oversized hoodie every day. The look in his eyes, I thought it was boredom. I was always on him. I told him the world didn't owe him anything. I told him to get a real job, to build character. The day everything changed started like any other. I came home tired from work, feeling proud of a long day. Leo was in the kitchen at 6 in the evening, staring at a bowl of cereal. I asked if he'd just woken up. He said no. He'd just finished a few deliveries. I laughed. I told him deliveries weren't a career, that when I was his age, I had a mortgage and a child on the way, that he couldn't even pay for his own gas. He looked thinner than I remembered. Pale. He tried to explain. He said the job market was brutal. That rent was $2,000 for a studio, that no one hired entry-level without experience, that the math didn't work. I snapped back. I told him the math works if you work, that grit matters, that my generation didn't complain, we just got it done. Then he said something that should have stopped me cold. I'm trying, Dad. I really am. I'm just so tired. I rolled my eyes. I told him he didn't know what tired was, that I'd worked 10 hours on my feet, that he had food, electricity, and a roof, and still acted like the world was crushing him. The room went quiet. He didn't argue. He didn't fight back. He just nodded and said he was sorry. Sorry he wasn't who I was at his age. Sorry the math didn't work for him. Then he hugged me. Not a strong hug, a heavy one, like he was leaning or giving up. He told me he wouldn't be a burden anymore, and he told me to get some sleep. I went to bed that night thinking I'd finally gotten through to him. I thought tough love had worked. I thought I'd been a good father. The next morning, the house was too quiet. I went to wake him up early. I wanted to help him look for real jobs. His room was spotless. The bed was made tight. His clothes were gone. On his pillow was his phone and a folded note. In the note, he told me the truth. He'd applied to over 400 jobs. He worked 14-hour days just to cover interest on his student loans. He stopped taking his medication when his insurance ended because he didn't want to ask me for money again. That's why he was tired. He wrote that the mountain I climbed no longer had a path. That saving money felt like filling a bucket with a hole in it. And he wrote that he had no fight left. He said I wouldn't have to pay his bills anymore. I screamed, not like a man, like something breaking. I drove to the bridge. I saw the lights. I saw my truck pulled from the water. 6 months have passed. People tell me it wasn't my fault. That depression is a disease, and they're right. But I can't stop thinking about the math. My son wasn't lazy. He was working while I slept, fighting a war I refused to see because I was measuring him with rules from another era. When he said he was tired, he didn't mean he needed sleep. He meant he was running out of reasons to stay. The world is full of Leos right now. Young people working harder than ever for less than we ever faced, carrying a weight we don't understand. If your child tells you they're tired, listen. If they seem stuck, stay close. Don't tell them to man up. Tell them you're there. I would give everything I own, my house, my pride, my past, just to see my son sleeping on that couch one more time. Silence doesn't come suddenly. It builds until it becomes permanent.